Hey, what's up, boss babes and fellas? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lee Poitier, and this is Life with Lee, Lee Talks Edition. In today's video, you all voted for this topic, how to keep your you while in a relationship. Now, this can go for work relationships, business relationships, friendships, but I'll be focusing on intimate relationships. Boyfriend, girlfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband. But in this conversation, I will be saying partner just to keep it simple for all of us. Interestingly enough, on the poll that I put up, majority of the women voted for this topic. There were some fellas in there too, so what up, fellas? Thank you for joining. Shout out to everyone for participating in this poll. I am really excited about this topic. Now, most of the women, again, voted for this topic. Now, as a woman, I am excited to bring this topic and my perspective to you all, so I hope I do it justice and that you all can receive from it in every way that you need it. Unfortunately, it makes a lot of sense why women were the ones who voted highly for this topic, because they are the ones who lose themselves majority of the time while in relationships. For the most part, it's not this big moment that happens where you just lost yourself. Obviously, something big like a death, yes, that changes every person in every way, shape, or form, but it typically is the little things that we do. And women, this is our fault. We can't put this all on the fellas. We usually are the ones that pick up the slack. We have this very natural state to nurture the home, take care of things, and that is on us for always picking up the slack. Now, it could be things like cooking, doing laundry, cleaning the house, prepping the house to make sure that it looks good and that the vibes are well, or whatever the case may be. But if you're with someone and they're talking about partnership and partner and all those kind of things, you gotta let them do it sometimes. Now, I know that's tough because if you're like me, I like things a certain way. Okay, wait. Before I get ahead of myself, I do have 5 points that I do want to touch on. So if I look down, it's me catching back up, so I do not start rambling because your girl can talk. Okay, let's get into it. So the first point, which is the most important, is to know and love yourself. When you know yourself and you love yourself, you're able to speak from that place. You're able to move, live, and be in that place. Now, again, it's unfortunate that a lot of people get into relationships not fully healed, not fully knowing, not fully loving themselves. And that already is where you're starting from a rocking foundation. So I'm saying this point first because it kind of leads into the rest of my points. But when you know yourself and you love yourself, you can move from that place. The fact of the matter is, you both are still learning yourselves. Nobody fully knows themselves, because if you did, you'll be dead. If you're still living on this earth, you're still learning yourself every single day. Whether it's your new job, whether it's you have kids now and you didn't have before, whether you just moved in together, whether it was, 5 years later instead of 2 years, life changes all the time. But when you start a new relationship, you both should have a foundation of who you are. Some people get into a relationship, as I said, with a rocky foundation. So everything from that point, it will not be strong. It will not be solid. There will always be something that throws you off because you don't know who you are. So the main thing I will say for point number 1 is to really focus on yourself before you get into a relationship, whether that is healing, still learning what you love, what you like to do, all of these other things. If you're in a relationship and you feel like you didn't really know yourself at the beginning of it, then you should do some groundwork, which is building your foundation. When you know who you are, they know who they are, then you guys can get to know each other from that foundational place and then grow together and learn each other and just, build from the bottom up. So the most important thing, again, point number 1 is to know thyself, literally. So moving into point number 2, focus on what makes you happy and what brings you fulfillment. Now, we all know happiness is only a moment and that it's always fleeting until the next moment. However, if you focus on what brings you fulfillment, it's what gets you through the day with joy and success. And this is where point number 1 is so important. When you know yourself, you then know what fulfills you, what brings you joy for your day, success. It doesn't have to be this one gift unless that's what fulfills you and that's what makes you happy. Now, for me, what brings me fulfillment, something like when I wake up in the morning and I just sit and have a moment with God where I pray, I worship, and I just pull my spirit together, because the rest of the day I'm running, I'm going. But waking up in the morning, having my time with the Lord is so critical for my spirit, for my day, and just how I feel for the rest of the day. Now for you, another thing that I love to do, I like to take a full rest day where I roll out of bed, roll on the couch, find a nice show to watch, order some food, and just Netflix and chill all day. Now, that might bring you fulfillment where I'm just chilling today. I'm just going to throw on some sweatpants. I'm not cooking. I'm not cleaning. I'm literally resetting myself. Different things bring us fulfillment. Maybe you need to go for a walk. Maybe you just want to talk to your friends all day. I love talking to my family. That fulfills me. So it's important to know yourself so you know what brings you fulfillment. Because when you're living with someone and you're building with someone, you're consumed in his life, he's consumed in your life. Where do you find time for you? Because before it was both of you, it was him and it was you. You understand what I'm saying? So it is so important to understand what fulfills you, because if you're just focused on the relationship or your partner and you don't forget yourself, you end up losing yourself like little by little. Again, it's not like this big moment unless it is, but every little thing just like it's bit by bit, bit by bit. And you don't want it to keep eating away at you, because that's how depression, divorce, all of these other things happen because you didn't say anything. And that leads to my point number 3. Speak up or get stuck. I'm gonna repeat that. Speak up or get stuck. Now, if you're married, this will be your point number 1. If you're married, this will be your point number 2. Because know yourself, period. Like, that is for you, your focus. You should always have yourself filled to your highest form as you can, because everything else flows from you. So that's number 1 for everybody. In a relationship, not in a relationship, married. You understand what I'm saying? Like, know thyself. Like, know thyself, period. Like, I'm gonna have to do a commandments of the things to keep yourself. Know thyself. And then for my long relationships and my married couples, this will be your point number 2. Speak up or get stuck. Because you'll have to really sit with your partner, who you've been with, and let them know how you're feeling. I do this with my goals. I set my goals for the year, I set my goals for the year, and every 3 months I do like a check-in. I'm like, okay, Lee, what did you get done? What did you not get done? Why didn't you get it done? And how can we get it done to move forward? You understand what I'm saying? You should always do a check-in with yourself and then also with your partner. So if you are in a relationship or married, you should definitely sit with yourself, write these things out or type them, however you do it. And, sit with yourself, whether it's through meditation, maybe some song, or however you spend time with yourself, filling your spirit, and write out the things that you want for yourself and for the relationship moving forward. So then when you sit with your partner, you're prepared to say, hey, this is where we are. This is what I want for me. What do you want for you? And how can we work together to continue to grow and be better and to be the best versions of ourselves, which is why we got together, because we loved each other. We wanted to build together. We wanted to do all of these things, but I'm not feeling like this. I'm feeling like this. Like I'm feeling kind of down. I'm not feeling myself. So speak up or get stuck. So if you just got into a new relationship or you're not in a relationship, it's important to speak up at the beginning. If they get scared, thank you. Like, let me know up front so I'm not 2 years down the line and you're like, yeah, I don't even want to get married. Or don't fear being lonely. Don't fear, being by yourself, learning yourself, loving yourself. I think it is so much more important to be by yourself, loving and learning and exploring life, getting to know yourself, because once you get with a partner, it's now you plus 1, and then however many more you guys decide to add on. And another thing I want to say, so fellas, I know this is a lot, and women, you too, you're not out of this. Fellas, you have to give women space to release their emotions. So I know not everybody want to deal with emotionalism or feelings, but those things do exist, and women do tend to be the more emotional, sensitive beings. Now, women, on the other hand, fellas got emotions too. Now, fellas, you gotta let us know how you feel. Like, you can't be hiding it and all suppressed and then get mad at us when you lash out because you didn't tell us how you felt. Women, be open to how fellas feel. Fellas, be open to how women feel. I'm gonna stop. Should I say men? Men, be open to how women feel. Women, be open to how men feel. Now, men, yes, women want to talk. We want to hey, this is how I feel. Don't guilt trip us and don't judge us, because now we're gonna close up. If I'm a woman and I'm expressive, yes, I'm a strong woman. You all see me out here yeah, let's get it. But I have emotions and I have feelings, and I'm very good at just praying about it. I'm good. I was just being emotional. But there's moments I'm yeah, I just want to talk to you about it. I just want to, hey, this is how I'm feeling. What's up? You know what I'm saying? How are you feeling? Let's talk about our feelings for a second. You know, like, it's okay. Like, let's just have that moment. But if a guy's like, oh, you're being emotional, you're being too sensitive, then now I feel like, whoa, this is not a safe space anymore. I can't express how I feel. Now, if I'm being emotional every second, every day, every moment, like, check us. Babe, this is our third conversation. I don't mind, but I'm letting you know you're being a little bit more emotional. You're like, oh, I'm sorry, babe. That's just me, da-da-da. Whatever. Her monthly could be on at that time, or she was just being overly emotional and she got to pull herself together. And then fellas, at the same time, don't judge us for wanting to just sit one time during the week or the month or whatever to just be like, hey, let's talk about our emotions. Like, be open to it. You have a daughter one day, she's going to want to talk about her emotions with her daddy. Okay. All right. So just speak up or get stuck, period. Like, point number 3. All right. So point number 4, be firm in your you. Be firm in your decision. Now, if you've been in a long-term relationship or are married, so you got to know yourself, you've had a conversation with your partner, you have to be firm in your you. Now, when you're with someone, it takes a little bit longer because you both are trying. You have to kind of regroup. You got to sit back again, like, okay, what's working, what's not working? How can we do this? Now, if you're single or in a new relationship, you have to be firm in your you. 2, 5, 10 years down the line and you haven't been firm in your you, you're going to just be moving in this cycle and look up one day and like, who am I? How did I even get here? And that's where resentment starts. And you honestly, I don't want it. So I hope you guys don't want that. Like, no one's perfect. I'm not perfect. My partner's not going to be perfect. I hope they love me during my dark moments or my sad moments as I will love them during theirs. And we work through it together because it's a team effort. It is teamwork. You have to be firm in your you. If you're saying, hey, babe, after you got to know yourself, have the conversation, every Thursday, my day to just do me, whether that is to go out and get pampered and talk to my girls and chill, cool. And we set that, do it. Things might change, but make sure you still take that time for whatever it is that fulfills you to do that. Be firm in your you. Period. Like, period. Like, period. Oh, that's a horrible wink. Hold on. Like, you just have to. Because if you don't, leads into my last point. And this is the best analogy that God has given me that I want to share with you. Okay, so picture this. I'm not going to do it right here because I have all my lights and stuff set up. But picture this. Come with me here. Come with me on this journey. You have a cup. And I've probably heard this analogy before, but you have a cup of water. Now, this is how God has given it to me, and I'm going to flip it and give it to you. You have an empty cup. Like, some things like prayer, you're about to get in a car accident, or maybe you just got pulled over. This is good. Maybe you just got pulled over. And you're like, God, bless me to get out of this. And you'll say, I won't do this, or I'll promise I'll do that, whatever, right? And then boom, you get out of that. God answers your prayer in that moment. That will be some things, hey babe, can you, clean that or do that or check this out? That's a moment. It happened in that moment. It was a quick turnaround. But on the other hand, God says, Alicia, you're praying for this. He doesn't tell me what time or how long it's going to take, but he's saying, here's your cup, 16 ounce, I hope. I hope it's a 16 ounce, Lord. Here's your cup. And how you fill that cup, you pray, you give, you throw a couple fasts, you act. So you pray, you act, you fast, you keep filling that cup, you just keep going. It might take a year, it might take 2, it may take 5. I pray it don't take 10, Lord, please. Please don't give me 10. Okay. You fill that cup up, right? You keep going, and then sometimes that cup overflows and you're just blessings. You're just like, oh my God, I remember the day I prayed these things. I remember I was praying to God about this 5 years ago, and now I just have it and it's overflowing. Or just the fact that I received it, like, wow, I'm so grateful, I'm so blessed. Okay? You see that energy that you got from this moment? I hope you're receiving it through the video. But you feel that. You're like, right? Now, on the other hand, take another cup. This cup is filled with water. Now I'm going to start talking relations. This cup is filled with you. Now, if you didn't start the relationship knowing yourself, you're starting at just say 50%. Okay? But for simplicity, we're going to say 100%. I pray. We're going to say we're at 100%. Every time you compromise and you settle, you're pouring out of your cup. I'm not saying that you won't have to sacrifice. A relationship in life and moments and things are sacrifice. But if you're the only one out of two sacrificing the entire time, your cup is just getting lower, you know? So 100%, oh, okay, it's okay, babe, it's okay. Oh, it's okay, I can do it. Oh, don't worry about it, I got it. It's okay, don't worry about it. It's cool. And now you're drained. Now imagine starting at 50%. Oof, God bless. That's heavy. The reason your cup keeps getting empty is because your partner isn't doing their part. So it's like you guys should both be 100% filled, and then you give, they give. You give, they give, you give. Balance, okay? Balance. Sometimes you can fill your own cup, which is taking that day off and just doing what you love. That just fills your glass up. You're good. But if you don't have that day because, oh, don't worry, I'll pick up the kids. Oh, don't worry about, I'll clean that. Oh, don't worry about, I'll get groceries. And you still have to work, and you still have to make sure you look good for yourself, because why not? Like, and they should be putting in some in your cup. Oh, no, baby, don't worry. You sit on the couch. I got this. Or I'll pick up groceries. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll take care of this. Or while on your day off, here's some money. And, you know, it fills your day. So that is the best analogy that I can put this entire conversation in, is you lose yourself by giving so much of yourself and not receiving anything in return that fulfills you. At the end of the day, you should always recalibrate with your partner. It's just something that you should always do in your life, as well as the partnership that you guys are building. Okay, so I pray and I hope that this has helped and blessed you in some way, shape, or form. Moving forward, it is so important to apply the 5 points that I have said. It will help and benefit you whatever stage you're in, even if you're just recalibrating yourself. Nothing has to be wrong, but you want to make sure it doesn't get to a point where it's so low and so hard that you both are at 10%. Thank you all for joining me on this Lee Talks conversation, Valentine's edition, actually. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. If you're single, in a relationship, married, I'm sending love, blessings, prayers, that you enjoy this day with love, whatever that is or means to you. I'm happy that I was able to be a voice on this conversation and topic. Thank you guys for joining me on my YouTube channel as we are growing and glowing together, and I'm so excited for everyone's support, and it has been truly, truly appreciated. If you have any comments, go ahead and drop them in the comment section. I'll have all the points written down in the description sections. So if you didn't write them down, go ahead and check it out. If you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you are, turn on your notifications so you know when your girl uploads her next video. Stay tuned for the next topic, as I will also post that on my Instagram and Facebook, so you all will know what I'm talking about, or if it's a poll to see which one you want me to talk about. And I also want to start asking some of you all, men and women, to contribute to the conversation so we can have different perspectives. All right, you all, this is your girl, Lee Poitier. Thank you all again for joining, and I'll catch you all in the next video. God bless you. Later.